Hey guys, Chevy Hood here with Hood's Handgun Training. I have another rifle video for you. Today I am working on a test load or hand load for my Remington 700 chambered in 223. This is a custom rifle. It's not a custom action, but it's a custom rifle. Remington 700 action. It's been milled for a side bolt release. I believe it's a Sheelan barrel I have on it. I'll correct that if I'm wrong. A Bell & Carlson Medalist stock. This is their upgraded it's like the $400 one, or it was back in the day, with the adjustable cheek riser, and it's already cut for bottom metal. And then I have a Pacific tool and gauge bottom metal in it. It is threaded. I do have my 30 cal suppressor on it right now. We're going to see if I can get it to shoot with that on it. And just a standard 20 MOA base. I can't remember. I think it's an expensive one. I can't remember who makes this one. Leupold long range precision mill scope. This one is a 6.5 by 20 power. So yeah, that's the rifle. We're going to do some tests with this thing. I just made up one load just to see if I can get this thing to shoot. I really want to see how much the suppressor is affecting this thing. My suppressor is really heavy. My 308 loves it, but last loads I made, I couldn't get this thing to shoot with it on, so I suspect it's the weight of the can throwing off the harmonic balance, but we're going to try that and see. But for bullets, the first thing we're going to be testing is a Hornady 75 grain ELDM bullet, and I'm using Starline brass, Federal small rifle primer matches, and Varget powder. And the Varget powder is, the first load I'm going to try is 24 grains. So I'm just going to do 3 suppressed, 3 loads unsuppressed, and I'm just going to see if I can get this rifle to group it all, and see if, you know, I got something going on with the gun or what's going on. But I have a lot of other loads to test. This is my initial 24 grains. Let's see what it does. I'm going to load up the first 3 rounds. Using MDT 223 magazines. I think these are 10 rounders. I noticed this bullet has a little defect from the factory. It's like a little chip in the bullet, so I already got them loaded, so I'm gonna shoot these and see what happens. All right, first 3 rounds with the can on. I haven't shot this thing in a really long time, guys, so I did do some dry firing before I turn the camera on here, so hopefully I can hit something. Now, if you guys are interested in how loud these things are, this will give you an idea. I'm using a Rode wireless, Rode 2, I think it is, the wireless go-to, that's what it is. Lapel mic, they're pretty good microphones. So it'll give you an idea of how loud this thing is. 223 and 556 is hard to suppress, guys, so let's see what this thing sounds like. Hopefully my chronograph will pick some of these up. All right. That was right there on target. I did have this rifle zeroed last year, or at least close. I'll need some fine tuning with this load. That was really pleasant. Didn't crack my ears. Chronograph picked it up too, good. So, what I did is for my target, guys, I traced a dime with a Sharpie. Filled that in, that's my dot I'm shooting at 100 yards. And it looks like they are all right in there at 100 yards. And we are smack dab right at 100 yards exactly. And it looks good. So we're going to take the suppressor off now, and we're going to shoot another 3-shot group at another dot, and we're going to see what that looks like, and then I'm going to take you guys down there and show you the target. Next 3 rounds unsuppressed. And then as soon as we shoot these, we'll look at the targets, and I'm going to give you guys some muzzle velocities. And you guys can compare the sound between suppressed and unsuppressed. Got hearing protection on for this one. So I couldn't see that one. I hope it's in the black. My sandbag's twisted on me. There we go. All right, and last shot. The chronograph's picking up speeds too, so that's good. You never know with the lighting. I'm just using an old light chronograph. All right. That could have been me on the last one through a high. I can see it's a little high. Felt like I might have. All right, guys, let's go look at the groups and check out the speeds. All right, guys, I have the groups here to show you, and I'm going to go over some muzzle velocities. It's just kind of interesting. Just shows you something about harmonic vibrations in barrels, and when you go adding weights on them. Guys that know about tuners and things like that, you know, they have this stuff figured out. But check this out. So again, we are shooting the same powder charge, same cartridge. Everything's the same, just suppressed and unsuppressed. So here I'm shooting suppressed, and you can see my group size. Now I outline to give you a size comparison because I haven't measured these yet. I traced a dime with a Sharpie and filled it in. So suppressed, and then my unsuppressed group, they are almost all touching. Now sure, some of that could be user error, but it just gives you a good idea, because I do know that this gun just doesn't like the suppressor as much. You can do things like play with seating depth and different things like that to get them to shoot. What I'm going to do, I'm actually going to try, I just want to see what my muzzle velocities are with a little faster charge. So I'm going to pull these off and try a 24.5 grain load. But I'm going to read you guys some numbers here. Let's start with suppressed, because that's what we shot first there on the bottom. And this is just a 3-shot group, guys. It doesn't really mean a whole lot because there's not a big sample size there, but it'll give you an idea. So for the bottom group, unsuppressed, we had a standard deviation of 8, or I'm sorry, I'm reading the wrong one. The suppressed, we had a standard deviation of 12, which is good. I mean, if you get single digits, really good. 2795, 2772, 2777. Yeah, I'll take it. And then unsuppressed on the top group there, where it was really tight, we were a 2777, 2772, and 2760 with a standard deviation of 8. Yeah, I mean, just that little bit difference isn't going to change the group size that much. We're looking at the can. But I really want to shoot suppressed, so I may just suck it up and take that accuracy. As long as I'm getting 1-inch groups at 100, I can do long range. You know, my margin of error gets a little wider, but I can still do it. So let's try this other group and see what happens. Hopefully it's not too dark for my chronograph to pick up any more speeds. I have 3 more rounds loaded up. This time we are doing 24.5 grains of varget with this hand load. And we are running suppressed again. So we're going to shoot at the bottom dot. Let me mark them this time so you guys can help keep me in track with the video. Bottom dot, 3 rounds. This rifle extracts fine, guys. I'm just trying not to throw it on the ground, so I got to find them. Now going up, the brass looks fine, by the way, because I am running a compressed load, FYI. But this is shooting better, so I'm glad I tried it. Wow. You talk about a accuracy increase. And this is just me messing around, guys, with some loads. I'm not even getting real serious about it. I'm gonna take the suppressor off and let's try it again. I have 3 more rounds loaded up. Same load. We are gonna run it unsuppressed now. Hopefully my chrono picks it up. By the way, the chrono picked up all 3 speeds last time and they were all duplicates. So, yeah. I don't like taking my cheek off the rifle in between strings, but I'm trying to catch that brass. Yeah, I'm not comfortable. All right, I got my 3-shot group now for a bonus. I'm firing this one. I'm gonna keep track of which one it is. I forgot to dechamfer the inside of the brass for this one. And when I started putting it in, it scored the bullet just a hair. So I was gonna keep it separate so I could keep track if it did anything funky. And I can see all my impacts down here. So if it does something weird, we'll know which one it is. Yeah, it did too. It shot a little high left. Awesome. Let's go down and look at it and give you guys kind of a little after action report. Okay guys, here we go. I want to show you guys the results. With our suppressed and unsuppressed shots, again, I'm using Starline brass 223, and I'm using Federal small match rifle primers, the AR ones with the hard cups. And I'm shooting a Hornady 75 grain ELDM with Varget gunpowder. And we just tried the 24 grains, and then I just tried this 25 or 24.5 grains, I'm sorry. And it's kind of funny, I got a load here that shoots super good with the suppressor on. This is the same load, and I did have some like weird stuff going on with some muzzle velocities on the unsuppressed, and that has nothing to do with the suppressor. I would almost guarantee it's neck tension on the cases. These are brand new cases that I'm just running through a standard, what are the RCBS dies, so nothing special. And what I'm actually going to end up doing is buying a Redding Type S bushing die. I run those in all my other match guns, and I love them. They really keep your neck tension really even. So it's you know, standard across the board. Sometimes with other dies, you know, you'll get some stuff where some inconsistency in the neck tension will cause accuracy issues and dispersion and muzzle velocity. But with the unsuppressed here, I ran, let me see, I'm just going to share some stuff with you guys. 2807, 2842, and let me see, 2824. Don't mind my hands, guys. I got poison ivy all over them. And then that last one where I said the bullet was kind of messed up, that was this shot here. So we had this shot and these two was our group. I knew that was going to do something weird because I actually pulled the bullet out before I seated it all the way and saw it was scored. And I just shot it anyway, but I just kept track of that one. 2836. Our extreme spread was 35. Our standard deviation was 15. So that 2807 was really low. Something's going on there. Like I said, I suspect neck tension, but I wanted to show you guys the difference here. Again, this is the 24 grains. You can see it. And look at the top unsuppressed with 24 grains. It shot really good. And then the bottom suppressed with 24 grains. It was opening up. I just went half a grain higher, guys, and just tried it out. And the suppressed shot really tight. Granted, we all ran the same muzzle velocity, like it literally duplicated 3 times. I was suspect at first, and then I immediately fired the unsuppressed right after and saw that. So, you know, I'm pretty confident it was right there. So, what's that mean? It means we found our load. I'm just going to go ahead and run it. 24.5 grains of Varget with my ELDM, 75 grain ELDM suppressed. Now we're going to take this 223 out to hopefully 1,000 yards and see what we can do with this thing. I have always wanted a 223 bolt gun that I could shoot long range with. For one, I mean, there's no recoil, and I always wanted to be able to run my suppressor on one, and we have a load now finally, which is a sigh of relief because, like I said, I tried to make a load with it last year. I think it was, it might have even been before last year, and I couldn't get it to shoot the burger hybrids I was trying, so I just kind of gave up with the can. Finally got back to it, got it shooting now. So we're going to take this thing out. We're going to do some long range shooting with it, and I'll take you guys along if you guys want to see that. So, you know, maybe here in a couple of weeks I'll get around to getting that video shot and getting it edited and get it up. So if you guys like this kind of stuff, let me know. I would like to grow the channel more. I know my stuff's kind of mediocre. Some of it's cool, some of it's not. But if you guys like it, let me know and subscribe to the channel so I can grow it. At this point, you know, I can get monetized if I keep going and give you guys more stuff like this if you want to see it. I know those holes were kind of hard to see. Yeah, so let me know, guys. And if you like this, like I said, I'm going to keep pumping them out. I just, you know, I work a full-time job, guys, so I do these when I can. But my Remington 700 suppressed video with the 308 is probably my most popular video. Well, I know it is by far. It's super popular. So if you guys like this, let me know. I have a lot more rifles like this kind of stuff, guys, that I can show you, and can show you kind of how to make a load and that sort of thing too. Talk to you guys later.